Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Natalie here from Pilates and Beyond Fitness Studio in Cape Town, and this is going to be a back to beginners Pilates session, kind of a stretchy vibe, about 40 minutes of just breathing, a bit of relaxation and some basic Pilates moves. Always good to go back to basics, so please just remember to do what feels good for you and your body. Yeah, you don't want to be going into a place where something's uncomfortable. Muscles working and getting a little bit fatigued, that's okay. But if you feel anything really uncomfortable, then just take a moment, take a pause, and yeah, let's just get started. So we're going to lie down on our backs first of all. Alrighty. And we're going to start with just some gentle knee hugs. So one hand on each knee rather than clasped hands. And you're going to just circle your knees around like this. This feels nice for lower backs, loosening up any tension in the lower back. If your neck is uncomfortable in this position, you could always just prop a little towel up, okay, or something like this to just give your neck a bit of support. So you're hugging your knees in and releasing and hugging and releasing. And then go in the other direction as well. And just start to bring some awareness to your breath. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Yeah, use your arm strength to do this as opposed to your leg strength or your hip flexor strength. Then we're going to take one knee in each hand and circle them sort of in opposite directions or away from center and around. Bringing in some breath. And then let's circle them in the other direction, other way. Okay, so this is my lockdown Pilates studio. And yeah, this is completely unprofessional videotaping. My tripod is in front of me and I just hope the camera doesn't turn off at some point like it did last time. Okay, can you do like egg beater legs with those legs? Or one knee going in one direction, one going in the other? Yeah, so, and I don't edit it before I post it. I just hope that everything is okay. So feel free to send any comments. And then the other way, so you're circling your legs. So this is really nice hip mobilizing. Feel the top of your leg bone in its hip socket, sort of getting a little lubrication. Perfecto. Alrighty, so then let's place our feet on the ground. I'll start with my feet together, knees together. Then just open your feet sort of so your toes are out, your feet are making a V. And keep your toes there, bring your heels so they're in line with your toes. I want you to be light on the feet here, so you're not pushing your feet into the ground, but I want you to be evenly pressed with those feet into the floor. So big toes, baby toes, and heels sort of evenly placed in the floor. So just sort of checking in with your body here, guys, and trying to find your neutral pelvis position, which will help you to find your neutral spine position. And hopefully you're in a place where you can hear me and see me without needing to do this all the time like I'm doing. So I'll try to stop doing that. So you want your head to be in neutral. You've got a little gap in your neck. And if your pelvis is in a neutral position, you should have a bit of a hollow in your back. You can just double check that by putting your hands like that. The heels, if you put the heels of your hands on your hip bones and push your fingertips onto your pubic bone, that plane should be parallel to the floor. Yeah, and as I said, hollow in the back. When we do our breath work in Pilates, we like to breathe thoracically or laterally. So let's take a moment here. Place your hands on your rib cage, hold your neutral pelvis position. And as you inhale through the nose, feel like your rib cage is pushing your hands apart. So big breath in through the nose. Feel your rib cage expand and exhale gently out the mouth. Pilates said, breathe out gently through soft lips, as if you're trying to put like steam on a window. So that's kind of like a sigh. Not necessarily a noisy sigh, I often breathe audibly so that my clients know when I want them to breathe in and out. But you don't have to make noise while you breathe. In fact, it's probably better not to. Unless it helps you to focus, in which case, like, go for it. It's okay. 2 more. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Great. So the next thing I want you to do is place your hands on your hips and actually palpate your fingertips, into your sort of tummy here. And as you do your next 5 breaths out, I want you to make a very conscious sort of drawing up engagement, tightening, conniping, whatever you want to say, pinching, feeling with your pelvic floor muscles. So as you exhale, you're sort of just drawing all those muscles between the legs up. If you want to Google Kegel exercises, that might help you to kind of get a grasp of what I'm asking you to do here. Basically, it's just a pinching of all the muscles between your legs, a drawing up feeling, a tightening feeling, and what you should feel, if you're doing that right, is a nice sort of firing of your transversus abdominis. That's the TA muscle that runs across, well, come from the back and around to here. Quite a nice stabilizing muscle group, like your pelvic floor muscles. So they're not huge, they're not movers, they don't move joints, they just cinch together a little bit more and hold everything a little bit more sort of tightly. So let's do 5 breaths here, keeping the pelvis still, but zipping those muscles up, drawing the pelvic floor muscles up. Inhale, 4 more. All the while, still feel the ribs hugging, belly button sinking, pelvic floor lifting. Inhale, maintaining hollow. 3 more. Inhale. 2 more. Okay, 1 more here. And exhale. Great. So the next thing we want to do is just check our shoulder position. We also have a neutral shoulder position, like we have a neutral pelvis and neutral spine. I want you to try shrug your shoulders up to your ears for a moment. That's where we really want to try and avoid taking them going forward. Exhale, slide them down. Do another one like that. Inhale. And exhale, slide. 1 more like that. Inhale. And with every exhale, you're feeling the ribs close, belly button sink, and pelvic floor lift. Float your hands up above your shoulders now. As you inhale, reach your hands like they're trying to touch your ceiling or your sky if you're outside, and then just let them release back down to the ground. So it's protraction of the scapula, lift the shoulders off the floor, and then exhale to release. Let's do 3 more like this. Inhale, and exhale to release. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Remember exhaling, tightening tummy and pelvic floor. Okay, 1 more like that. Inhale. And exhale to release. Perfect. Then let's do our arm openings. Inhale, open your arms out to the side. Exhale. Inhale to open. And breathing out. Imagine you're hugging a tree. Squeeze arms together. 3 more like that. Exhale, 3. 2 more like that. Exhale. And 1 more like that. And exhale. Super. So let your hands float down to the ground. And we'll go into one of our first exercises, the pelvic tilt. The pelvic tilt takes you from your neutral pelvis to your imprinted spine. Feel like your back is making the impression of its spine into the floor, and then release all the way back to neutral. So hollow in the back. Feet are light on the ground, and we go exhale to tilt, and inhale to release. Breathing out gently through the mouth, and inhale through the nose. And breathing out, zipping the pelvic floor up, pulling the belly button into the spine. Trying not to use the bum muscles here. Try not to engage the glutes. Inhale. We're going to do that in a moment. First of all, just do 3 more pelvic tilts. And release. And 2 more. And release. Okay, one more time. And exhale to tilt. Inhale to release. Now hold your neutral pelvis position. And the hands are going to slide towards the feet because you've got the feeling of these lat muscles staying engaged as we do our chest lift. If you have any problems with your neck, feel free to take your hands behind your head. In fact, if you're just starting out, this is probably the best, safest position for you to do your chest lift. On the inhale, I'm going to just nod my chin a little. On the exhale, I'm going to engage pelvic floor, feel the TA tighten, and just lift my head and shoulders off the ground a little bit. I'm trying not to tuck, trying to hold neutral, and then I'm going to inhale and I'm going to exhale to float it down. Breathing in, nod the chin, exhale to lift, hold to inhale, and exhale to lower yourself down. Trying a couple without the arms, inhale. Exhale as I lift my head and shoulders. I'm just peering over my chest towards my thighs. And slowly down. Okay, breathing in 2 more. Hold. And slowly down. Nice sunlight coming in here. Inhale. Last one. I'm going to hold it here. I'll suggest you all take hands behind the head. So your head's heavy in your hands. Keep your hips nice and still. Maybe visualize a little cup of tea on top of each knee. So as you go into this small exercise, oblique side to side, you don't want to spill the tea. Imagine there's another cup of tea in the small of your tummy. You don't want to spill the tea that's sitting there as well. And we're going side to side. Let's make it 6 more. 6. Inhale, center. Exhale. 5. Inhale, center. And 4, 3 more, and 3, 2 more, and 2, 1 more, and 1, and hold it in the middle, and float it all the way down. Hands come to rest by your sides again. Make sure you're still in your neutral position, hollow in the back, shoulders relaxed. Imagine your nose has a very long pencil on it, and you're going to draw a big circle, actually a small circle on the ceiling. And then you're going to draw another circle around that first circle, and then another circle around that second and third circle, and so on, until you're circling your nose and mobilizing your neck. And once the circle is as big as you can make it, you keep going in the same direction, but circle smaller. Throughout this, just breathing comfortably and smaller, until I'm now back at the middle of my circle. Go yoing, 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 yoing. And then I'm going to go the other way. So small circle. Next circle's a bit bigger. Biggest. Can't get any bigger. So once I can't get any bigger, I start to get smaller. And smaller. Loosening up the necks, folks. And then to the middle. I'm in the middle. And then just let's look over one shoulder, stretching your neck that side, back to middle, over other shoulder, stretching your neck that side. Nice. And then back to center. Super. We're going to go into our shoulder bridge now, or pelvic curl, whatever you want to call it. Basically, make sure you're starting in neutral, hollow in the back. Our breath in is a preparation breath, so it's free. You don't have to do anything. You just have to breathe in. So inhale for free, and exhale. Work through your imprint. Your back pushes down, and your pubic bone bleeds away up to your shoulder bridge position. So just taking a second here. You want the feet to be pushing firmly into the floor. Now you can use your bum muscles, so your glutes are engaged. Try not to let the knees splay open. I'm a bit bow-legged, so that's a tough one for me. Also try not to overarch. You don't want to put too much pressure there on the low back. If you want to hang on the safe side, Drop your hips a little and keep your pubic bone pointing a bit more to the ceiling. A little bit hammock-like. Arms are working. Push them into the floor. So we've got our position now. Also, sorry, weight even over the feet, not just the heels. Often our toes want to curl up when we do this. Try to keep the big toe, the baby toe, and the heel pushing into the floor. In fact, if you push your feet down, ow, my hamstrings are starting to go into cramp. You might find your hamstrings go into the cramp. Okay, so let's get out of here. We inhale, weight. Exhale, melting slowly down. Sorry, small of the back. And once you get to the small of the back, try not to collapse. Continue with that control all the way to your neutral spinal pelvis position. Inhale, exhale. We're going to do 4 more. Curl the tailbone under and lift. Squeeze the bums. Hold to inhale. Check you're not jamming chin onto chest, nor do you want to be looking back here. Try and get the neck in a comfy place. Small of the back. And release. Inhale. And exhale. Imprint. Curl the tailbone under. Feet are evenly pressed through the floor. You're wrapping into the glutes. Hold. Make sure you're not overarching. You can just check. Pubic bone maybe a little bit higher than your hip bones. And slowly down. Wow. You know what? Going back to basics is so amazing. I can just feel all my hamstrings working here. Feel my glutes working. It's not necessarily easy. Okay? Listen to your bodies. If you're happier stopping around here, stop around here. Okay? Slowly down. Okay, I have no idea how many we've done. We're going to do 1 more. And we're going to stay at the top here. Stay at your top. Okay? Squeeze the bum. Reach your hands above your shoulders. Make sure you haven't lifted your shoulders up around your ears. And let's just make it easy. Arm scissors. 1. And exhale. 2. Breathing in and 3. And 4. Let's just do 2 more. And 5. Let's do 1 more. And 6. I'm going to keep my arms up. I want you to keep your arms up too. Evenly reaching for the ceiling. And release all the way to neutral. Hands are going to reach out to the side now. And you're going to zigzag your feet open. So they're about as wide as your mat. And you're going to just let the knees drop to one side. And this is my ultimate favorite stretch. Hold it there for a few breaths. Okay, pushing this hip maybe over a little, feeling a lovely opening through your side. Okay, come back to middle. Don't worry, we're going to go there another time because it is really yummy. Stretch it over, lifting head, arms are reaching out, hands about in line with your underarms. Breathing here. Okay, and then just once more to each side. I'm turning my head away from where my knees are going. So it kind of feels like a spiraling sensation. Picture a piece of fusilli pasta. You know, the spirally ones. And over. And hold. And back to center. Okay, so before we continue with knees side to side, I want to get you off your backs for a second. Hack your knees in. So we'll make an exercise out of this. It's called rolling like a ball. Okay, once you get yourself up on your little sit bones, you want to try and find your balance. If it's easier for you, you can take your hands behind your thighs. Otherwise, hands here is kind of more traditional. Hands down here is a little bit harder. So choose your poison. Keep your eyes to your thighs. Inhale back. Exhaling up. You're aiming to roll just basically to the shoulder blades. You're trying to avoid rolling onto your neck. You're trying to avoid touching the toes down if you can help it. Inhale back. If it happens, it happens. No biggie. Inhale back. So it's kind of like a massage for the spine, but it's also nice work for the tummy. 3 more here. 3. Whoop-a-la. Too much porridge. 2. Oopsie. And traveling. And 1. And hold it here. And then let's take a moment just having a little stretch in this seated position. Elbows pushing, if they can reach your thighs, out. Yeah. and just leaning forward, holding it there. Okay, we might as well do a little bit of rotation while we're here. I'm going to turn to face you. Feet want to be wider than hip bone apart. If you have tight hamstrings, bending the knees is completely cool. If your hip flexors take strain, just do this. First prize is to have your back in its natural curve. So the lordosis here, thoracic curve, and the neck, head above, shoulders. And it's spine twist. 1, 2, inhaling, and shh, shh. And if you can, with straight legs, super, but it's not the be all and end all. I'm just wondering if this light is a little bit irritating. Sorry if it is, I'm enjoying it. Inhale, center, and shh, shh. Breathing in and shh, shh. Nice and tall. So you're trying to stabilize the pelvis. A lot of the exercises in this Pilates method is about stabilizing one body part, mobilizing another. Sort of strengthening one muscle group, and then the opposing muscle group is lengthening or stretching. Let's go 4 more. 4, and 3 more. 3, and 2 more. 2, and 1 more, and 1. Great. Hold it. While we're here, do little arm circles just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 2, 3, 4. Same thing, but with palms facing forward. And then the other way. Keep your body tall. This is as much about back and tummy as it is about arms. Palms down. Other way. And then palms back. And the other way. And hold it, and there we are, bicep curls. So with this whole lockdown situation and doing Zoom classes and these videos for you, not everyone has bands at their disposal or small balls, so we make it do with what we have. And right now what we have is our body strength, our muscles. So work them for 3 more like that. 2, 1, hold it, bring your elbows together as close as they can, and then pinch your shoulder blades back. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, let's make it 10, 7, 3 more, 3, remember you've got soft knees if you need to, 2, 1 more, then just hold it if it's a tiny pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now hold your arms out there, bring your legs together, reach your arms forward, sorry I lied, slowly roll yourself all the way down. Now if you need support, just hold on behind your knees. So you're either rolling down like this, or you're holding your thighs and rolling down all the way onto your back. In fact, let's take a second here to stretch it out. Okay, good. Circle ankles, circle wrists, so it's a mobilizing exercise for wrists and ankles. And then the other direction. And now I want you to bring your arms out to the sides, okay? Slide your feet in. So this is an exercise called knee side to side, bringing in some rotation. This is the easier version. As you inhale, take your knees over to one side, keeping your feet together, but the one foot, as you can see, will lift off the floor, and breathe out to come back to center. Then you inhale over the other way, and if you want to, if it's comfortable, let your eyes go in the opposite direction and pull back to center. We're going to do 2 more like this, and you can continue like this with feet on the ground. Or if you want to join me and take it to a slightly harder variation, we're going to take our feet off the floor. So feel free to keep your feet on the ground. If you want to put your legs up, it's here, imprinted back, lower back's pushed into the floor, and it's knees over, keeping them super glued together, okay? No space in between those knees. They're together. My shins, I'm trying to make them parallel to the floor as I come back. I'm pushing my back down into the ground. I'm going to do 4 more. 4, and pull back. And 3 more. And pull back. And 2 more. And pull back. And last one. Actually, I think this will be uneven. Or whatever, doesn't matter. Hold it here. Okay, so your legs are up, your back is imprinted. You're going to lift yourself up like this. If you're working with your legs down because it's easier for you or you've got a back issue, that's fine. But do keep your back pressed into the floor. Hands interlaced behind the head. We're going into our chest lifts here. So this is tummy, 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 pelvic floor. Remember, every exhale is pelvic floor. And 2. Inhale. And exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. We're going to do 2 more. And 5. 1 more like that. We're going to hold it up. Then we go across the midline. Okay, the cups of tea are now sitting here. Or if your feet are down, here. Okay. You don't want to spill them. 2. Try to keep them as still as you can. 3. Even if that means you make the movement with the upper body smaller. 5 more, please. Keep a little space between chin and chest. 5. And 4. Breathing out, inhale. Breathing out. 3. Breathing in, breathing out. 2. Breathing in, breathing out. And 1. Now hold it in the middle. Float your body down. Again, if your feet are on the floor, that's cool. Just modify the exercise. Hands down. As you exhale, single toe tap down. Exhale, inhale, lift. Shh. So if you're starting with your feet down, it's just here. Shh. Same, only different. Shh. Keep your imprint. Shh. You can also make this harder by lifting your head and shoulders up. We're going for 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 7. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. 2 more. And 2. And 1. Stay in the middle and rest it all the way down. Excellent. Okay, so another fave stretch, kind of similar to the one we did at the beginning, but just adding a little bit of pull. Hang on to one leg, slide the other leg long. So that hip flexor is opening up. Then you take this leg with that hand across body. Maybe slide your hip under a little and lengthen the waist. I'm not going to hold it for too long. I think I'm going to have to close my door. I see the screen's going to blow over on you. That'd be like a blooper, wouldn't it? And back to middle. Okay, hand both knees in. Other leg now, hug it. And then reach it over. Push that top hip away. Turn your head to look away from where the hands are. You want to feel a length in this side. Push your hip away. And breathe. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Cool beans. Back to center. Alrighty, so for those of you who don't have any back issues and roll-ups are in your repertoire, go for it. Otherwise, we're just going to do a little half roll-up here. Inhaling and exhaling. Hold. And then slowly down. So this is an option. Inhale and exhale. Hold, inhale. And exhale down. If you can manage this one without sort of throwing your legs in the air or twisting your spine to get your elbow into the floor to push you up, this is a full roll up. Okay, hold, inhale, and slowly down. If you've got a flat or tight back or any back issues, I wouldn't really advise this one. If you don't have any issues, you're welcome to do 3 more with me. Otherwise, just do the half roll ups. Down. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Okay, and 2 more. 2. Okay, hold to inhale. I suppose this one really isn't what I would say beginner's Pilates move, but. And last one. Super. Hold, inhale, and exhale, and sit up nice and tall. Alrighty, so flipping over onto your hands and knees. So we're in 4-point kneeling. In your 4-point kneeling, just tuck my little tassels away. You want to try and assume the same back position or neutral alignment that you had when you were lying on your back. Often we get onto all fours, and the first thing that happens is we sort of do this. We sink into the shoulder girdle and we hang our heads and we arch our backs. So just push yourself out of the floor. Find hollow in sort of back position and then lift your head. Don't let your head hang, lift your head. And we're going into cat stretch. So we inhale, get ready. Exhale, pelvic floor draws up, belly button sinks up into spine, sinks up. That doesn't sound right. Pulls up into spine, and then you push out of the hand. So you're really trying to round that back. Picture your cat. And then release. Okay, release and release it. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, scoop the belly button in. Keep pushing out of the hands. Dropping the head. Stay to breathe in. And as you exhale, release again, release again, release again, release again. Good. Then hold it there. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're going up one more time. Pushing out of the hands, dropping the head. Stop to breathe in. And exhale to release. Awesome. Sorry, I just had to check the time on the camera and see if, how we're going, because I forgot to check the time on my wrist. So we're at 30 minutes or so. I'm going to go about another 15. This one is really great, sort of works the diagonal lines of the body. You want to try and hold your neutral pelvis position. Diagonal lines of the body, that sounds weird, but anyway, so it's, okay, I'm not going to go into it right now. I just want to get the exercise done. Here we are. Left arm forward, right leg back. Supporting elbow a little bit bent, and you go. Exhale, lengthen and lift, arm and leg. Whoop, without falling over like that. Hand is in line with shoulder, kind of, sort of. Foot in line with bum, kind of, sort of. And also try not to drop your shoulder or lift your hip. Try and be square across the back. And then bring it back and hold it. So we'll go breathing in, long arm, long leg. Breathing out, lift, hold. So feel from right sort of shoulder, lat area across the back to left bum cheek. Reach, feel like you're stretching, but try not to sink into shoulder. Down, and then pull back. So we're going to do 6 more. It's breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And 5, and lift, and down, and back. And stretch it up, down, and back, and 3, and extend, down, and back. And as well as what you're feeling across the back diagonally, you want to feel it across the front. So as my right arm reaches out, my left leg reaches back, I'm feeling across that right chest area and to that left hip flexor area. Let's make it 1 more. That feels about right. Last one. Fabulous. Down. And now hold it here and do 1 more cat stretch. Pushing out of the hands. Hold. And release. Now curl your toes under. See if you can get into this position. Chest is pushing through to the thighs. Heels pressing towards the floor. You're going into a downward dog. Your shoulders are pulling up the back, away from the ears. Heels heading towards the floor, but they don't need to touch. I mean, if you've got tight calves or Achilles, they're not going to touch. Bend your knees a little, so you can push your chest through to your thighs more. And take a couple of breaths here. 1 more. Excellent. And then you're going to come down onto your knees. And I want you to lie on one side. We're going to do 1 easy side lying kind of number here. It's called the clam. Knees are stacked. Feet are basically in line with the bum. And if you were against a wall, if there were a wall behind you, your head, your shoulders, the back of your head, your shoulders, back of your pelvis, and your feet would be against the wall. I want you to picture this underside still engaged and lift it off the floor. And I want you to try avoid sort of leaning that hip forward or back. Imagine there's a pole from the ceiling through your hip, out your bottom hip and into the floor. So you cannot move that pelvis. Okay, hand can be here for a bit of support. Just watch your shoulders not wrapped around your ears. As you breathe out, you're going to open the top knee up. Okay, feel these little muscles here sort of pulling the knee up to the ceiling, and inhale to release. I'm going to go shh for 10. Underside trying to lift, and shh. 9. Hand can be here as well. Feeling those TA muscles tightening as you breathe out. And 7, you've got any shoulder issues and this is uncomfortable, just bring your arm forward. And again, if you've got a towel or a cushion or something you could rest your head on, that's too low, but try and get something that your head is in line, okay, with the rest of your spine. 3 more. And 3. 2 more. 2. 1 more. Last one. And relax it for a second. Good. Lovely stretch called the mermaid stretch before we go to the other side. Press yourself up to seated. Alrighty. If you're quite tight in hip flexors or in your back, you might want to again sort of prop your one bum cheek up so you're a little bit more lifted here. Yeah, just modify as you need to. You're going to reach this arm up and over and reach hand down, elbow down, up and over, that side, and up and over. Let's go once more to the other side and over. Last time, up and over, and then hold it here. And then get that elbow to push into the floor. And it's like you're trying to do a twisted cat stretch. Pushing out the hands, breathing into the back. Come back to the middle. And let's take it straight to the other side. So little bum spinning, da-da-da-da, resting down here. Okay, we went straight into the clam, so your knees are stacked. Okay, your back is aligned with an imaginary wall behind you, feet in line with the bottom, underside lifted, hands can be here or here. Just watch the shoulder and be comfortable with your neck. As you exhale, we're opening the knee out, but we're not doing this to take the knee out. Keeping our hips stacked. And we'll go shh, inhale, and 2, inhale, and 3, inhale, release, and 4, almost there, and 5, let's do 5 more, 5, 4 more, and 3, 2 more, 2, excellent, and 1 more, and 1, and well done. Just relax it for a moment. In fact, we went straight to our mermaid stretch. So you're sitting up, propped up if you need to, body tall, and we go exhale, and breathing in, and breathing out, and stretch it over, and inhale, and exhale, and over, inhale, and over. Okay, inhale and exhale. One more time, breathing in and exhale. Stretch it all the way over and scoop. And get those elbows into the ball and push those shoulder blades apart from each other. Scoop the belly button in and breathe into the back ribs. Excellent. And then back to center. And here we are again. I want you to flip over onto your hands and knees again. We're going to go into our back extensions. But first, keep pushing out of the hands. And I want you to go up into a cat stretch again. So really articulating. Think of each vertebra one at a time. Rounding up to the ceiling, holding, dropping your head, making a big sort of upside down U. And then release it, release it, release it. I want you to do one more, please, while I just check that we're still on here. Great. And then release it. And let's take it down onto our tummies. All right, guys. So, basic back extension. You want to be still thinking about what's happening on the front of you while we're trying to work what's going on behind you. Your back extensor muscles, your rectus spinae, quadratus lumborum, all your little multifidus, all the muscles that are behind your shoulders. There's so many. So let's do firstly our basic back extension. Hands by your sides, legs long, strong on the ground, And then just to protect the back, go into a slight pelvic tilt. So your pubic bone is pushing forward a little bit. So, and you want to feel like your belly button is trying to pull off the floor as well. So you've got a drawing up sensation, navel to spine. Let's go. Inhale to open the chin. So you're imagining you've got a marble there. You're pushing the marble away. So you're extending at the neck. And as you exhale, you're lifting your head and pull your shoulder blades back. You're not pushing onto the, I want to see this. Try not to do that. Okay, and then float it down. Breathing, just keep breathing. Holding and floating down. Okay, if that feels fine and you don't feel you need the support here, take your hands there. Pinch your shoulder blades together and slowly down. We're going to do 5 more. 5. Tummies are tight. Drawing them gently up. 4. Legs are long and strong but on the floor. 3 more. Reaching hands. Okay guys, 2 more, just 2 more. Okay. And 1 more, last one. Now hold this last one. Just stay for a moment. Stretch your legs long. If you're feeling groovy and you feel you can, hover your feet just off the floor. But try not to bend your knees. Try to straighten your legs. And we're just going to hold for 10 breaths. The dot. Inhale. Exhale, tummy tighter. Feel length in the spine. And 9. And 8. Try not to have the legs too far apart. Try to have your knees pointing down. 7. 6. If it gets too much, just rest. And 6. And 5. And 4. 3 more. Draw your shoulder blades a little bit together for the last 2. And the last one. Turn your cheek, rest your head, and have a moment. The pause that refreshes. Stretching your neck on the other side. Cool. Hands come to your shoulders. Pull the abdominals nicely up. Carefully press yourself all the way up into all fours. And let's go into one more cat stretch here. So that's really nice to do after back extensions. Just loosening up the back. I think a downward dog would feel pretty good here right now as well. So why don't we head that way? And hold it for a moment. I was right. It feels great. Cool. Excellent. And then I want to finish here. Almost finished. We're going to do a couple stretches. Before we do that, I'm going to do a little tricep press up. Okay, I want you to really focus on what you're feeling between the shoulder blades. Try not to sink or protract. Just try and be sort of connected across your upper back. And then give me a tiny micro bend of the elbows, pointing them towards your thighs. So not out to the sides, towards your thighs. We're going to go breathe in, shh. Breathe out, breathe in, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. So you're not doing this, you're trying not to do this, okay? You're trying to keep your nose exactly above that spot between your 2 hands. So you're going to feel a bit of pressure in those hands, and hopefully you'll feel quite a bit of work down the back of your arms. So we'll go for 3 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, and excellent. Into a rest pose here, or child's pose. Hold it here. Back is rounded. Tailbone is curled under. You can sort of rock a little bit from side to side. Rock a back. Okay, both hands to one side of your mat. Push your hip away from where the hands are. To the other side. Reaching your hands away. Stretching through the back. Back to the center. Coming all the way up. Take your one arm. Reach it up. And let's see if you can slide it sort of through this space here. You can let your head rest down, but please be careful of your neck. Okay, should feel not compromised. Feeling a stretch between the shoulders. It's more comfortable for you. This can also be done with your bottom lower. This hand is giving me a bit of a push. Maybe for you it's better with your head off the floor. You just gotta see what's right for you. Coming up, lift the other arm, and thread the needle. That's what it's called. Either here, maybe here, maybe here. This hand pushing. Just get a nice twisty sort of feeling. I'm feeling a lovely stretch between my shoulder blades on this bottom side. Excellent. From here, I'm gonna do one more cat stretch. And then I'm gonna finish with a bit of a neck stretch. Sitting comfortably if you can, like this, if you need to, like this, whatevs. Okay. Reach your hands away from you. Tuck your chin to your sternum. Try not to slouch your shoulders forward, so it's not all easy peasy. Bring your chin over to your left collarbone. Lift your left hand and just gently pull the nose. Not really pulling, just a little added extra weight, but this arm is reaching away from you. Okay, release it. Take that chin over to the other collarbone. Reach your left arm away as your right arm kind of guide your nose to your underarm. And then let it go, back to center. Then nice and tall, and yeah, well done everybody. I hope you enjoyed that gentle sort of Pilates stretch back to basics session. And yeah, have a great day, great evening, great morning. And yeah, good luck with the rest of your lockdown. See you next time.